everybody. It's Dirty Thursday, brought to you by River Cities Speedway and a host of others. My name is Jon Roberts. We're waiting for the other half of the Bullring boys, Chad Hoff, to join us today, and it's going to be a kind of a goofy Dirty Thursday today, and we'll talk more about that in just a little bit. Also, Northwest Tire bringing you our Dirty Thursday today, and Northwest Tire is looking to hire some people, all right? How about a front counter salesperson? You'll be working with customers, writing up work orders. You'll deal with selling tires and then the inventory and all that kind of stuff. They'll pay you depending on your experience. Also, great benefits too, PTO, health insurance, 401k, and more. There we go. And if you are interested in this, call Chad at 701-780-8473, 780-8473. Okay. We're waiting for Chad. He's a little delayed. Okay, anyway, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to call or text. Our number is 701-213-0863, 701-213-0863. And before we get too much further into the show, it is time now for our daily segment called Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. Since the 4th of July is coming up, first off, 4 best F words ever. Food, family, 4th of July, and fireworks, right? Now, did you hear about the guy that let fireworks go off in his lap? He doesn't have the balls to do that again. And one more for you. The good news about making effective fireworks is that nobody points a finger at you. There we go. There we go. A couple of laughs. Let's see. Nick's watching. Hey, hello there. Melody Osowski, Heather McDonald. Good morning. Daryl from up in Canada. Kevin Pappenfuss, Carrie Ann, Brandon Corbett. And by the way, I want to say happy birthday, Heather McDonald. Got a birthday today. Happy birthday, Heather. All right. Now, originally, we were supposed to have World of Outlaw late model announcers on the show, Steve Francis and Ruben Morales. But here's what happened. Now, they were supposed to race in Fargo last night and then have today off and then race in Grand Forks here tomorrow night at River Cities Speedway. Well, yesterday got rained out, so they are racing in Fargo tonight, which means it's just me and Chad. Okay, not Chad yet. But I can go over a few more things. Let's go over some track schedules. Of course, tomorrow night here at River City Speedway, World of Outlaw late models, the Wissota Midwest mods, the Wissota street stocks, and of course the World of Outlaw late models are in Fargo tonight. Devil's Lake going to take Saturday off. Nice for the 4th of July. Greenbush Saturday, mods, Midwest mods, pure stocks, Minn Kota Lightning sprints and 4-cylinders. And then Buffalo River going to do a Saturday show this weekend instead of their normal Sunday. They got IMCA stock cars, and the Buffalo Wild Wings NOSA Outlaw sprint cars are also going to be there too on Saturday, Buffalo River Speedway. Heather, you're welcome for bringing that up. But thank you. You're going to sit over there now. Okay. How you doing, bud?
Oh, good.
Okay. All right.
I'm here.
Just going over stuff.
Are you?
Yeah, went over track schedules. I'm just telling them why it's just me and you here.
Yeah, why is it just me and you?
Well,
no, we know.
We know.
Yeah.
How you been?
Good.
We're just going to Band-Aid this show together for a little while here.
I think we got to.
Talk about some stuff.
Yeah, get some opinions out there, see if anyone else has an opinion.
Yeah. What did you think about the races last Sunday? We finally got a race in. It was fair day. It was rained out Friday. The demo derby rained out Saturday. Sunday, we ran.
I think you look at the street stocks, they came out in a bunch. That was a good show.
Tucker Peterson, yeah.
Tucker Peterson won again. But you had some guys that usually don't race here on a weekly basis come out, and that was nice to see.
Yeah.
Royce Jaworski came out in the 5 car. That was cool to see that happening.
Yep.
And then the Midwest mods, we had some more guys come out of that as well. So I think they put on a good show. Unfortunately, you look at that late model feature. We started 27 cars, finished 8.
Yeah.
That's a little rough, but I think at the end of the day, it's still a good feature race no matter what. So I don't know. Drama all over the place. I know that for sure.
There was. I'm guessing Tyler Peterson felt a little better about himself after Sunday getting the win.
Right. He got the win there. Felt good about that.
Yeah. Who won the bus race again?
Bus race was Marty Kleva.
Marty Kleva.
Yeah.
Sorry, Marty. Didn't realize I forgot all about that. Austin Hunter watching too.
Yeah.
I was going to call Amanda Joe to see if she wanted to join us this morning, and I thought about it, and I wasn't sure if anybody else was going to just slide in. You wouldn't believe it. I got the call last night. The message about the same time you did. Well, I'm out in the middle of the river fishing.
That's Wednesday night.
Yeah, and so I started making calls. I bet you I called and messaged probably 10 people this morning.
Oh, yeah.
And we almost were going to not do the show.
We were close. Yeah, you texted me that.
It's like, well, let's figure out something. But
yeah,
man, big night tomorrow night.
It's a huge night tomorrow night. I think it's cool when the late models come to town because our guys compete with them. They say their motors aren't the same, but yet Dustin Strand last year almost it must have been top 10 last year.
Yep.
So they're there. I mean, it's just all about technique and driving around the old famous Bullring. But I don't know. It's always so much fun to watch these guys come in and experience this.
I know. Going to be a little different this year. You know, I really wanted to meet the new announcers for the World of Outlaws. Going to be a lot different without Rick Eshelman around this year. It was a year ago today that we had those guys in here, and man, did we have one hell of a good time with those guys.
I missed that show too, and you had 3 of those guys in there, 2 officials and Rick. Mm-hmm. And God, he's missed for sure. Yeah. You know that in the world, and it's nice to see the new faces come in, and it would have been nice to meet Ruben today, that's for sure. But we understand the circumstances of where he has to be and what's going on too. Right. So
Heather said she would have came in and on the show today too. But then again, you know, I'm calling people and say, hey, you want to come in and do this patch together show with Chad and I today? Yeah. But that's a long drive to come here and just.
We appreciate her trying to think that though. That means a ton. But yeah, it's tough to put together a show last minute. So that's all on John's shoulders. I just show up here and talk.
So we got the Case Construction World of Outlaw late models tomorrow night.
So cool.
By the way, people have been asking about tickets. $40 if you get them in advance. $43 at the gate. Yep. Not that bad. 13 to 18-year-olds are only $15, and 12 and under are absolutely free. You want to see some good, some really, really good late model driving racing. That's going to be it. And did you see too? Okay, now we're going to have Wissota Midwest Mods are going to be there.
That's right.
And Wissota Street Stocks.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Dietzler Electric added $500
Ponied
to win.
Up. Yeah.
And also going to increase the purse from 2nd to 5th place finishers. And Big Al's Construction, man, he always comes.
He always is going to add big stuff in. You know, Mahar's a good man, and he's going to take care of that class as much as they can.
Yep.
I think it'll be really cool to see how many cars do show up for the extended payout. And the late models of the Outlaws are way different than the sprint cars. We know that. They can't put on a full show by themselves. So you have these two other classes, support classes, as you would say, come in. They're going to do a hell of a job. And it's going to be good racing all night. It's beautiful weather, too. I looked at that this morning.
Yeah.
So we're okay there.
Yeah.
How'd you fish last night?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, that's a good question.
Well, we caught a few, just not the right ones.
Oh,
how's that?
That works.
And don't bring up the tournament last week either. Kaylee Elizabeth, late to the party. Hey, Chad, been calling you for 2 days now.
Yeah.
Must have banker's hours over there.
Kaylee, I talked to Joe this morning. I'm glad Kenna's okay. She had a little accident last night. I was watching the live. I was talking to Joe, and it just all of a sudden went blank on there. Her arm went numb or something. So I'm glad she's doing okay today. Poor little one's gonna be in a sling for freaking 4th of July, I was told. So yeah, I'm sorry, Kaylee. I'm all over the place, but we'll get you taken care of. Her Suburban's at the shop, and I don't like it coming back 3 times either. So we'll get that fixed up.
Timmy Schwans, I don't think you tried getting Kevin and Jade Embry or Paul Johnson before he goes to his office by Home of Economy. That'd be the broken drum. We have had Jade Embry on the show.
Yeah.
She was on here. Kaylee said, just kidding, by the way. Where is NOSA Sprints on Friday? I just talked to Mark Dobmeyer yesterday. I don't know if they are racing Friday. I know they're racing Saturday at Buffalo River. And because I think Mark said he was going to maybe go, Brown County Speedway in Aberdeen. That's where the NOSA Sprints are going. Thank you, Amanda Joe.
Geez, Amanda, you still have time to swing over if you're on lunch or something.
Yeah, how long we'll go here, but
we could get off subject about something, I know.
Yeah. Well, we could now. Jimmy Johnson in the news. Horrible. I don't know if you heard about that.
I researched it a little bit because I was like, what the heck's going on, Jimmy Johnson? Like, that's a great guy, great family. And to hear about her parents and a nephew.
Yeah, mom.
Murder-suicide.
Yeah, killed her husband, her nephew, and then herself.
Yeah.
Oh, for tragic.
That's just, how would you like to wake up to that call in the morning? You know, you feel bad for the family, and all thoughts and prayers go out to that Johnson family for sure. That's nothing you want to ever experience. So, yeah, it's a tough one. Oh, yeah, walk by. Hi, how you doing? You just stare at us the whole time. How do you not? Like, I can do it over there sitting in that chair. This chair's a little different. I can sit in that chair and watch people walk by, no problem. But now you and I got a lot. I'm like,
I know it's different in here. And by the way, if any of you guys happen to be around the area of the Grand Cities Mall, and you have anything to do with racing, come on in.
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
We'll
Might even have a cold Busch Latte for you, or a Sprite or Dr. Pepper, or
I
drink Dry.
Coke Zero. Coke Zero is what I got.
Good stuff.
No, I think it's tough for that NASCAR field and NASCAR world in general to have something tragic like that happen. You think about back the Martinsville race years ago when Hendrick lost all of his family in that airplane. I mean, that's a sound that hits everybody. It's not just one person; it hits everybody. It shakes the world. So when you hear something like this, something tragic like that, no matter if it's sports related or not, like, holy crap, I feel so bad for that family.
Yeah, no kidding.
It doesn't matter if it's Jimmy Johnson. It could be Carl Havasu. I don't know. Just breaking up a name. It could be him and his family. And I'd feel bad for that. You don't want to deal with that.
No.
So that's a rough showing, but we move on.
Yeah, you have to
soldier through. Move on and soldier through. Are you ready for tomorrow night? Are you excited at all?
I am. I'm always excited when the Outlaw late models are here in town.
Right.
They're great guys. I'm really looking forward to meeting the new guys.
Yes.
But it's when the World of Outlaw late models are here, it's like a calm almost. It's not the mayhem that we are used to at certain events.
Correct.
It seems like a little easier going. I don't know, but
they're more welcoming.
They are more welcoming.
I will flat out say that, and no, this is no disrespect to anybody, but when the late model crew comes in here, they're a little bit more welcoming. They're easier to talk to. And they flat out tell us we're in your house. How would you guys want to do this and whatnot? And so that's the nice part about that. But man, it's just nice to sit down and talk. We always sit down and talk to Rick, and he'd always have a nacho with us or something. And so we got to get Ruben in on that now. You got to have a bowl. You got to have a bucket of nachos. I'll even go make it for you.
Yeah.
So we'll try that out and stuff. But I agree with you. It's way different when this group comes to town than when we see others. I'm bummed this year. After this is done, then I have baseball tournaments galore in July. You know how that goes.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna miss the IRA bumper to bumper here.
Are you?
So my sister from another mister is Chatty Maddie. I'm not gonna see her this year. So haven't broken the news to her yet. So she's watching. I apologize. I haven't texted you. But no, so they're gonna come down here. That's gonna be cool. So I'm gonna let her know that she's gonna have the mic all night down there. So
cool.
So she'll
be on her own.
She'll be on her own that weekend.
And those guys are fun to work with too.
I love those guys.
Yeah.
That's another group of people that came in last year that was just awestruck of what we have to deal with, because the nostalgia of that grandstands and everything that we have is pretty breathtaking if you've come here the first time.
Mike Gresseth's watching. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mikey.
I called him this morning too.
Is he? Well, he's probably busy getting ready. He's probably hopefully he's going there tonight to
I would imagine. Well, that's just it. You call somebody and you're saying, hey, by the way, we'd love to have you on the show.
Yeah.
In an hour.
Yeah. No stress.
Hours,
no stress.
It's not that easy.
There's another driver you talk about, John, that's very dominant and new to not like a veteran yet, but he's new to that class.
He's still a new guy.
But that 17 car is always there and always battling. It's fun to watch that car go around the track, that's for sure.
Jenny Barnes. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
Glad you're watching.
Beautiful picture on Facebook she had. The sunset and the horse. Oh, my goodness.
I know. There's something about horse pictures for some reason.
Yeah. They're nice.
Yeah.
So keep them coming, Jenny. It looks good. I enjoy that kind of stuff.
We were watching the volunteers at my house yesterday before I went fishing, and they were out there with the skid steer and wheelbarrows and lots of shovels. You just see another volunteer mine. You tried that Intimidator polish yet? It's good stuff.
We've talked about it
here. In fact, I stole a bottle and brought it home.
Did you use it on the boat?
No, I used it on my wife's headlights, and it worked really well, and it worked really good.
But sorry, I about spit up there for a second. I apologize.
I tell you what, this Intimidator polish, you can give your toys and holler the buff look without having to drag out the buffer. Intimidator polish, you can see the link at gfbsource.com.
Intimidator polish. We also gave some of that to Scotty to do on the golf cart.
Oh yeah,
didn't we?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's still not out of the shop yet, but I think
it's not out of the shop yet.
No, but once that gets done, we polish that baby up. That'll be nice and shiny, just like my head.
Amanda Joe just found out you're not going to be around for IRA. No, so. Ooh.
Sorry. We have a baseball tournament in Bismarck on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That weekend's gonna be crazy for me. Let's get a little personal information for you. So we leave Thursday to take care of some stuff in Fargo. Then we leave Thursday to go to Bismarck. Friday, games starting Friday. Saturday, I wake up, I go to Fairview, Montana for a wedding for my cousin I got to sing at. So I'm going to go to that wedding, turn around, drive right back to Bismarck, try to coach the afternoon game. And then Sunday we have, because I'm the head coach, so I got to try to be there. And then Sunday we have baseball again. And I took Monday off to just not do anything.
I didn't know you were a head coach for baseball.
Yeah. I used to coach Babe Ruth Legion.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah. So it's just when they asked for help, we have, so there's a AAA team and a 10U AA team.
Okay.
And so the AA team was kind of getting formed together of whatever, and they asked if I'd be willing to help head coach that, and I just took the reins, and yeah. So I've been, we're having fun. That's the biggest thing.
Yep.
I always preach positive attitude.
What's the name of your team?
It's the Royals.
Okay.
So it's other Grand Forks Baseball Association. So it's Royals 10U Gold or something like that.
Okay.
So
okay.
Yeah.
Can we find out your scores? Because I sure to hell can't find out any Legion baseball scores around here.
Really?
Oh, no.
Are you
East
kidding?
Side or Grand Forks. Nope.
See, I don't even know if there's a Legion team here that plays. Is there?
Yeah, there is. But there's only one Legion team. They've always had two. They've always had the Royals and the Blues.
Right.
No Blues team this year, which just blows me away.
For
the first time I can ever remember, there's not two Legion teams.
I think when you look at Grand Forks in general, and I'm not speaking on turn, I don't mean to say anything negative towards anybody, but there's when you think Grand Forks, you don't think baseball.
No, you don't.
And I think you look at the kids we have coming out and stuff. Like last night, we had a MLB pitch, hit, and run.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. A lot of kids showed up for that. We did that last night. But when you look at travel teams and stuff like that, it's really tough to get people to. And it's not like hockey. You're not traveling every weekend by no means. It's like we've had 4 tournaments this year.
Yep.
So
and if you want to play Legion ball, Legion baseball, that's like a full-time job.
That's a full-time job.
It really is.
Yep.
You can't have a job and work Legion ball.
No, not a kid. As a kid, no way.
No, and I know a couple of good baseball players that just graduated this year, and they're not playing Legion ball because they'd rather work and make some money. And you get that. I get that. But
they always say what they always tell you too: a good coach can ruin everything.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Or not a good coach. A bad coach can ruin everything.
Oh, bad coach, bad parents, the whole bit.
There's a reason why I'm not an umpire anymore. I umpired for 15 years. So there's a reason why I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Kim Young, no sprints at Devil's Lake this weekend. There's no racing period in Devil's Lake this weekend. Let's talk a little bit about Valvoline Instant Oil Change here while we take a little break. Sorry about that, Paul.
He's not sorry. He watched you sit down and get packed up.
We got carried away. Everything needs to be done like yesterday. Life is fast. It never slows down. Oil changes. I'm about 1,500 miles behind on mine. I need to get the Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Yeah, I know. Quit looking at me like that. You're usually in and out of there in about 20 minutes. That's what I really like about this place. And they do all kinds of things. Transient coolant flushes, tire rotations, batteries, lights, wipers, your cabin air filter, your fluids. They check all that stuff when you get your oil change. You get discount if you have a fleet or the military. They can text and email invoices and coupons. And mention Grand Forks Best Source. They're going to slash $10 off your oil change. How about that? Open Monday through Saturday, no appointment needed. Pickup and delivery available in Grand Forks, too. Hey, it's Valvoline Instant Oil Change for a complete oil change and more. 3325 South 38th Street or call 701-780-8462. Make sure you tell them that Grand Forks Best Source sent you. You been following the World of Outlaw late models at all?
A little bit, not a lot, though, no.
Bobby Pierce leading the field. What a close race, though, between him and Nick Hoffman.
Did you see Jason Strand got almost rolled over on, I think, Wednesday, Tuesday?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Tuesday night.
That's right. He's down. That's right. I tried to get a hold of him. Yeah.
Jason Strand was in there, too.
Gone.
So, yeah. I know I try to follow as much as I can, but life gets ahead of you, right? And by the time you think, oh, crap, it's Friday, I get races. So, and you weren't lying to me, and I should have listened to you more, and I keep on telling everybody that, but it flies. It flies when you're in the summer here, when your kid's busy.
Sure does.
And it just goes crazy. So, he keeps on, like, we want to go fishing with you so bad, but I'm trying to find a day. That's the biggest thing. But Parker would love that. I got a question for you.
Okay.
Because you always are sitting there and you're always asking questions to everybody else. Let's ask a question of Jon Roberts.
Oh.
Yeah, let's dig in here.
Busch Light.
Busch Light.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, no. You have a favorite point of the race season so far? Your favorite part? Be it a race, be it a victory. What's your favorite part?
I'm going to be partial because he's a friend of mine, and he went through another injury. But Mark Dobmeyer, when he came back and won, just for the fact, everybody counts him out, and he's not.
Right.
Otherwise, pretty much every Friday night is fun.
Yeah.
And good.
We have a good time.
Yeah. But I'll put that one so far at the top.
At the top.
Boy, we've seen some really good races too.
There's been awesome races.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you ask everybody this when they come in here, and I'm going to ask you this one. Is there a driver you walk by, you're like, I don't want to talk to you today?
There used to be.
We got to be, I know it's tough, right?
That's all I'll say is there used to be.
Okay.
We talk now.
Yeah.
We went a few years there without talking. The guy made me mad, so I started flapping my lips, and then he heard, and then and back and forth, and then it got to the point where people were trying to get us to get together and have lunch or do whatever, and it just never panned out. And then one day I just went and talked to him.
Yeah.
And now we talk. I got his phone number and stuff, but no, not really.
Right.
That's one thing with what you and I do. Most of the guys they're willing to talk to us. They're glad to talk to us, and they can't be mad at us for anything. I mean, I guess you could be. But when we're up there announcing,
Yeah.
I try to call it like I see it. I don't judge anybody where they're on the racetrack. I try not to throw my opinions in there. If people don't want to hear my opinion,
Right.
Not at the racetrack anyway. They just want to hear a race, and so I enjoy talking to all of them. I do feel bad that I don't get a chance to talk to enough of them. If I don't know you, the odds are I'm not going to stop and talk to you. But it takes time to get to know everybody,
Right.
And I have maybe a half hour to go down to the pits before the races, and I try to spread myself out as much as I can and see everybody I can, but it's hard to do, and maybe one day I'll know the majority of the people, but there's really nobody I don't like.
I think the hardest part for us is that we know the car.
Yeah, right.
We know the car, and we don't see the driver that often.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a tough part for that. I think we do a hell of a job, and it's funny now, because I'm starting to see tracks do what we do. So I'm not going to mention any names or anything, but I think it's pretty funny that, how we banter back and forth, how we have a pit reporter, and it's a local thing. So we're trying to, we're trying to give a little bit of the World of Outlaw feel to River Cities Speedway and stuff. But it's just nice to have a guy down there to make sure that, is that driver okay?
Mm-hmm.
What happened? What did you see? You ask me that all the time. And we throw our opinions out there. Please know that people, they're just opinions. They're not.
Yeah, right.
Like, this is what we saw, and then I'll tell you if I flat out saw it or not.
We don't have, it'd be nice if we could have a 12-hour rule or a 24-hour rule, but you can't when you're trying to call the play-by-play. It's either got to be something or the other. I mean, last year, the last race of the year, I called Jade Hastings as the winner.
Right.
And
I would have too, yeah.
But that's the way it goes. You can't take it back. You just got to figure things out.
Yep.
But, yeah.
Behind the scenes, they take care of that stuff.
Sure.
Like Amanda Joe was on it right away, so she got taken care of on that one. But, yeah, we got to unfortunately call it as we see it. We don't have a instant replay for us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So right when it's going to be, as soon as we see it, we're going to say something about it. And right, wrong, or indifferent, that's what we saw. That's why at the Speedway there's going to be 5 or 6 officials.
Oh yeah,
we're not one of those.
Right.
we wear totally different uniforms.
I was going to mention this too. Coming up on the 9th.
Yeah.
You and I are going to be guest announcing.
Guest
Remember
announcing. That? I do.
We're going to be at Buffalo River Speedway.
That's right.
That's going to be fun with both of us down there.
Well, I thought I was going to have a baseball tournament that weekend. He asked me to do that a long time ago, and then I didn't have a baseball tournament, so him and I are texting back and forth, and I texted you. I was like, dude, this would be fun.
Yep.
And I said, hey, is it okay if the Bullring boys come down? And he's like, he would love that. So we're going to go down and make an appearance at Buffalo River. I think that's awesome.
Fun. Yep. I was thinking about fishing. There's a fishing tournament in Moorhead the day before. I was thinking about it, but...
contemplating, stay at your son's house and just
yeah. Let's see here. Kaylee says Jade handled that like a champ too, much better than he would have a few years ago, I think. And that's another thing too. We've seen these drivers grow and mature throughout the years. I can remember with Jade when he was young and a little rough behind the head, you know, rough around the edges there, and stuff like that. But yeah, he is. He's matured immensely. And hey, you swore the other day.
I know I did.
And you were on TV.
That was bad.
It was funny because I'm sitting up there in the booth and I never hear you ever swear at Victory Lane. And it was it was SHIT, whatever.
Yep.
And so I'm sitting next to the Midcoast Sports guys. You know, they're right next to me, and you, shit, did they both looked at me like, oh, come on. And
I texted the Midco guy that I know, and I was like, because he texted me earlier this week, last week, it's like, hey, we got you for Victory Lane stuff. I'm like, okay, cool, sounds good. I've never cussed in Victory Lane.
No, I know you haven't.
I cussed like a sailor outside of that, you know. But you take a microphone on me, and usually I'm okay, especially then. But for some reason, I just like, yeah, man, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Dexter, and I told him if you won again, I'm going to pour water on you so bad. And so I did that, and yeah. So I texted him, and I said, hey, I'm sorry about the slip-up. He goes, nah, dude, it's fine. We're on cable. Yeah. Hey, Tommy. Tommy Corcoran's on now.
Yeah, I see that. Happy Thursday, guys. That's exactly why my life ended and got deleted last night. My live feed ended. My trucker mouth side came out once I realized what was going on. Whoops, Kaylee Elizabeth. Paul Erickson, had a good chat with him the other day watching too. Also, I do want to mention next week, Forks Karting Association going to be in the studio. Yeah,
they're going to do the live draw thing again, which is always fun to do, and we always make fun of Brady all the time, you know, to do that. I told him, I made fun of him last week. This is all in teasing. It's not like I'm making fun to be a bully. I'm just teasing him about, he showed up to be the flagman. Because Mike Witherell had surgery, so he's the fill-in guy for there.
I didn't know that was the deal. I called Mike, too. I didn't know he wasn't there. But.
Yeah, he had surgery on, I think, a neck or something. So I go up like, dude, you don't even dress the part, man. Come on. He brings his duffel bag. Like, there's no dressing room for flagmen. You got to come this way.
White pants.
Yeah. He's wearing shorts and his dude shoes or whatever. I'm like, dude, you got to show up, be the part. And he's like, I've been here all day. And I'm like, well, there's no dressing room for flagmen. So get into that bathroom.
And I only had to buy 2 tickets this year.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't have to buy.
You bought the whole book last year.
Pretty close.
Yeah,
pretty
close. Hey, thanks everybody for chipping in there and buying tickets from John. That's good.
Yeah, I was scrambling because I run into Kenny. Got those books yet?
Yeah, I got those books down yet?
Oh, close. And I didn't have the heart to tell him. Well, I sold 2 tickets, one to me and one to my partner, and that's about it. But so that's coming up a week from today, next Thursday on Dirty Thursday.
I think that'll be a fun time too. It's always fun bringing them in, and then. Don't we usually have one of the drivers come in too?
Yeah, I don't know who. I'll leave it up to Brady. He can bring whoever he wants in.
Bring somebody new.
Yeah,
bring somebody new that hasn't been here before. That's all I just ask if you could do that. That'd be great. Kaylee does a great job. I love watching those lives because Wednesday nights are, unfortunately it's our baseball night, so we're practicing. So by the time I get on and I see she pops up alive, and it's future time usually, so I get to watch that. And Kenna just did a little bump and run last night, and she's, like I said, she's okay. But those, they're so racy.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
It is so cool to watch, and the car count's amazing.
And I have not got to see the winged carts yet.
Yeah.
And I really want to go check that out.
Our buddy Blaine Barnes drives a winged cart.
Yeah.
And so, he last year won the state championship. I don't know. He's won one feature this year so far. But we talked to Blaine. You look back last Thursday. How fun was that? I wish I could have stayed longer. We were at the fairgrounds.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I mean, the only difference was that the one camera on you, I couldn't, do my normal shenanigans. Yeah. But no, I think that was awesome to be out there and do that, and everybody showing and watching the live too. That was even better, having a live audience.
It was fun shuffling people in and out of there like that. I kind of felt bad because guys like Dustin Strand, he's busier than hell over in that race shop, and he takes the time off to grab his daughter and come over and hang with us for a while. And then you boot him out because I got a line of 8 other guys that want to come in. But you know what? It's these kind of guys, him and Edgington and those guys, the Sangs. You can usually call them up and they pretty much will drop everything and come into the show. I mean, this morning was tough, and I didn't want to ask Dustin to come on because he was in last week, but he did give me some phone numbers, but everybody's busy. So.
Well, and like I said, life gets busy too, so we're just kind of throwing this together a little bit, and it's kind of fun just to talk back and forth and discuss some things and get some opinions off without us trying to be favored with anybody else sitting here.
Yeah, and there's more beer for me.
And there's some more beer for you. Yeah, because I drink Coke Zero, and I got to go to a farmer's place after this. So, yeah, I think it's just neat to sit down and just BS and shoot the crap. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just nice to sit and have a good opinion about something and not get judged yet.
Right. Oh, boy, I forgot. The Canadians are coming.
Yeah, that's right.
Daryl says, good morning, Bullring boys. See you guys tomorrow. Come early for bush lattes. Get ready for 2-night trip. Good show for no prep. Go-kart races. Go-kart tickets. You forgot last time. Cheers, boys. And, of course, I have no go-kart tickets left, but we can maybe find some. Ryan Corbett's watching, too.
Ryan Corbett's watching?
Uh-huh.
I call Corbett, I call him the sweatpant man.
Yeah?
That's all he wears in the week.
Oh.
Sweatpants. Every time I see him in the week, it's always sweatpants.
Every time I see him in the week, he's driving a truck.
Yeah, he comes in, he drops the truck off with us and stuff, and I'm like, hey, sweatpant man. It just, he is
I'm comfortable.
Yeah, he's so down to earth and just calm. His humor is hilarious because he can deliver it without smirking. So it's good. Daryl, I apologize. Last Outlaw show, I got sick in the infield and I got actually helped out. I don't know what the hell happened to me, but I don't heat exhaustion or whatever. So I was going to go to the pits and have a beer with him afterwards. I didn't get there because I was at home.
Yeah.
So, Rugi got me taken care of, and Amanda, awesome, helped me out there, everything else.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did our victory lane for us, and it was very a weird night, John, I'll be honest, because I was by myself. I just kind of tried to keep myself a little bit. I went and did the fist bumps to everybody, and then I just kind of keep myself and hang out, and because I wasn't feeling very good at all. So then I went out and did my victory lane speech for our late model. I think that was Dustin Strand that won that night.
Yes,
too,
it was. Yeah.
Did that, and then talked to Amanda, and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna head out. Can you help me with this?" And she's like, "Yep, done." So I took off and went home. I was at home before the features even started rolling for Outlaws.
Well, I'm glad you're okay, man.
Oh yeah, it was good. It was just, I think, something fluke thing that night. So usually it's tough for us because we always got to put on a smile in front of a microphone. That's the tough part.
Did you didn't get to move around too much in the pits here this last Sunday night? She's a little greasy down there, huh?
Yeah, like 10 pounds of mud on my shoes. No, it was tough to get around and move, but Doogie and the crew do such a great job.
Oh, incredible job.
I mean, I think they don't get enough praise for what they actually have to do.
And then you see what's going on once those last buses were done and we got done with the interview with Marty or whatever. They're right back out there working on that track.
Yeah, they
again.
brought the blade out and then worked on it again.
Yep.
For how much rain we got. And Brittany and I and Parker went to the fair earlier that day. I wore my River Cities gear so I didn't have to pay. So
brilliant.
Yeah, it worked out. Walked through. I was going to be out there anyway. So, and I saw Marty and K-Dog, and they told me that there was water standing in the infield. He goes, "You're going to have fun. You might want to bring muck boots." My muck boots are at the shop. I don't want to go to the shop.
Yeah, let's slog around in muck boots at a racetrack.
When I got out there and they were working around, there was no water in the pit. They worked the infield. I mean, they were putting water on the racetrack when we got there.
Yeah.
So I think they did a hell of a job, and for them to work they work full-time jobs.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
then at the end of the night, at the end of their work night, they go home, have dinner. Even if they go home, and they go right to the track,
Yes,
and they work
do.
the track till night, till dark flies. So
And I know Sean Enright just texted in, and he said it was an awesome track. Awesome.
Sean, so we had the lightning sprints there.
The rookie, yeah.
He's doing awesome.
He is. He's getting it.
I mean, yeah, I was pretty cool to see him. He was riding a little higher on the cushion in corner 3 and 4 last week. Kind of got me a little scared about the inside wall. And his wife stands next to me, and I don't want to get hit. So I stand away in case she's like, because her and I both started jumping. So don't scare us like that, dude. Come on. Like that. But he's getting faster. He's getting better. It's so cool to see that racing family actually have a race car.
What'd you think? Did you see the deal between Dviergstein and Langevin?
Okay, so I saw that. I was right in front of him.
I didn't think it looked like anything intentional.
Well, here's the deal. He was Langevin went a little sideways, a little quirky out of the corner 4. For what I saw, Dexter was getting a run out of corner number 4.
Yep.
And he got a good run, and he didn't get the binders on enough. And you know the dirty drivers when you see dirty drivers. That I don't think that was a dirty move by no means. He was very apologetic afterwards.
Yeah, and you don't see a lot of open wheel drivers drive dirty because they take the chance of getting end over ended too.
Oh, they can roll. It would. Yeah, it don't take much.
Tires like to climb each other.
Yeah. So I just think it was just a racing move.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think any ill will was deemed towards anybody. But the 11 car is so damn fast.
He's got that thing on a rail this year.
You know where that car came from.
Yeah.
So, Chris Crowder sold him the car. And Crowder just got another one.
Yep.
So he'll be down here, I think, for that in August for the Nationals.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. And I'll probably end up missing that one.
Well,
I'm going to work on figuring out something there, but I got a tournament up north that weekend.
Oh, our announcing buddy out of Devil's Lake is going to be there. Brendan Grovers.
He'll be doing the lightning sprints.
Yeah, he'll be doing that little show thing.
And he's still announcing?
Yeah. What?
Well, he quit and then came back.
Did he?
Yeah, I know he resigned at Devil's Lake for a minute or
Why?
2 or 3. I don't know. But then I know he posted back on Facebook that, no, I'll be back. Kim Young wants to know, Chad, do you have race car tire disposal?
For you?
He hasn't been doing it. He can't have that many tires to get rid of.
Yeah, we can dispose some tires there for him. Okay. Depending how many. Don't go crazy. No, usually I charge the guys. Believe it or not, it costs me about $8 to dispose of a tire.
Yeah, well, I believe it.
So I dispose of guys' race car tires for around $350.
Okay.
So just to help them out a little bit.
You need to tell your bosses about that gas fire thing.
Yeah, I know. That your wife's been working on. I think that's going to be a big deal. And right now, we probably have upwards of 1,000 tires sitting outside waiting to get picked up.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. Paul Erickson says Dexter is one of the cleanest racers I've ever seen. Heather says I need someone Saturday.
You need somebody Saturday.
Well, they're not racing Saturday.
Are they?
No, Devil's Lake's taking the weekend off.
There's the 4th of July.
Yeah.
What Saturday?
Maybe next Saturday.
Maybe next Saturday. Well, next Saturday I work, so that's a no-go.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's a good place. I love Devil's Lake. I
do, too. I have fun every time I'm there.
You know, I mean, life got ahead of me, right? So I used to announce more times than I do now, and I don't even do it like it's so much fun.
Yeah.
You know, you go out and you get to experience other tracks and do other things. So that's why Buffalo River is going to be really cool for us, I think. You've been there once.
It was a while ago.
Yeah, and that's a couple years ago probably. And then I have never been there, and I keep on like, I need to get there. Well, yeah, life takes over. But now when we make time, we're going to drive down there together or something. Oh, boy, we should bring the show with us.
Yeah.
On the Lightning Sprint Tour, isn't Brendan going to be there?
I don't know.
Isn't he the Lightning Sprint guy?
I don't know.
Well, we'll think. I'll see what we can do here.
Yeah.
But
all right.
No, I think that was good.
All right. So we got.
Go for it.
Let's see here. World of Outlaw late models this Friday night.
So
Tomorrow
stoked.
night. Case Construction World of Outlaw late models. We also got the Wissota Midwest Modifieds, the Wissota Street Stocks. Dietzler Electric, Big Al's Construction kicking in more money with the Midwest mods and the street stock purses. I think it's going to be a great night of racing. I like it when usually when they do something like this, they'll bring in the sprint cars and the late models or whatever. Two totally different tracks. I like this format a lot better. I think it means less downtime, less track prep. Which is not a big deal. I had this conversation with somebody the other night about, well, there's too much track prep, blah, 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 blah. Well, I tell you what, I'd rather take a 10-minute break and have them prep the track so we actually can watch a race than not prep the track and follow the leader for 20 laps. Well, that's no fun.
Well, you got to understand that. I mean, they're prepping the track, trying to make it a 2-lane racetrack. If they let it go, or if they don't touch the track the whole night, what if it rubbers up? They try to prevent that. Mm-hmm. They try to prevent a dry slick. They try to, they want to make sure that there's a spot of moisture and there's a spot of dry slick. So that way there's a 2-lane street there. So if a car's set up, there's 2 lanes of racing.
Right.
It's a lot more fun for a race fan. It's a lot more fun for an announcer. I wish people would. Keyboard warriors suck.
Yeah.
You guys are horrible. I'm just telling you that out of the bottom of my heart. I love everybody to death, but keyboard warriors suck. And if you think you have an opinion, go out and share it with the people that can do it.
And if you have an opinion, you should at least have a little bit of knowledge of what you're opinionating about, because a lot of these people, they just don't know.
No, they're complaining to complaining.
Yep. Heather says Grover's going with a tour, the Lightning Sprint tour. Lightning Sprints run Thursday at Devil's Lake. Don't need 2-hour delays, Eric Rice. We didn't have any 2-hour delays, though, for track prep. There's never been a 2-hour delay for track prep, has there?
Not unless we had rain.
Yeah, well, that happens. And that's another thing. The forecast looks pretty decent here, but notoriously, historically, when the World of Outlaw late models are here, we get rain.
Yeah.
There's
just
been
like
times
the fair week.
We've been out there till all hours in the morning, but I think things are looking pretty good for tomorrow night.
Right now, you say that, I'm going to check right now just to show everybody. Friday, 84 and 5% chance of moisture.
5%? That could be humidity.
Yeah, it could be 80. It's going to be 84 degrees and beautiful, in my opinion.
All right.
So I think it's going to be a good night of racing for everybody.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, track prep gives you time to get more beer. Exactly.
I love Kevin.
Yeah,
that is
I'm never in a hurry to leave the races. Kevin, I mean, that's what I was going to say. You know, you guys complain about having a little break while they farm the track. Just go down to the concession stand, spend a little money. How about that?
Well, it's a good time to use the restroom, too. Like, I don't want to use the restroom because I'm going to miss something. Well, now you got a chance.
Well, what are your options? You know, what could happen if you don't use the restroom?
So say we don't track prep and we have some issue starting in corner 4 and we have sprint cars that night. Mm-hmm. If their big-ass tire catches that, if it's something or whatever it could be, you're talking somebody could die that night.
Right.
So, like it's a serious issue, and everybody's like track prep. Well, it's a necessity. Mm-hmm.
It is if you want good racing.
Yeah.
I had a couple people.
Tommy Comrie. Now you just jinxed the weather. LOL.
I had a couple of people mention to me this week. I kind of mentioned or said something about a couple of people last week up there in the booth.
Yeah.
I was getting texts and messages that there were people vaping in the pit or in the stands.
I heard you.
And so I did my typical, hey, ladies and gentlemen, there's no vaping or smoking allowed in the grandstands. You know, there's get up and walk. It's 30-second walk. You can go out and vape all you want.
Right down this ramp.
And it was kind of, you could see they're kind of giggling and still vaping.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, you know who I'm talking to. Well, then here comes a sheriff from one side and a sheriff from the other side. And I'm like, hey, you guys, pretty soon I'm talking back and forth with the sheriffs. You see who I'm talking? He's like, yep, we got him. I actually had people come up to me over this past week and say, good job. We need a little bit more of that.
Well,
they're simple rules. They're easy to follow. And you know what? If you really can't make it that long without having a vape, you should either quit or
you gotta
find somewhere else to go.
I'm sorry to say that.
Yeah. I mean, I used to be I was a 3-pack-a-day smoker for 20 years.
Right.
I could still hold off for a while.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. My mom and dad are smokers and they can hold off for at least an hour.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Well, my dad will sit at the racetrack and he's 60-some years old. He'll sit there and 3 hours and be fine.
Yeah.
So when you talk to somebody that's been doing it for 50-plus years, like my dad probably, you know, I don't know. I think you did an awesome job. I think because... damn it, they need to be held accountable.
Yeah, and you know what? I would rather warn you and do it that way than have you get a ticket written to you and be escorted out the door because you spend your hard-earned money to come and watch the races. Eric says we need to have a vaping area. It's right out there by the beer garden. It's the same thing as the smoking area. And where these people were sitting, it literally was about a 15-second walk to get to that smoking area.
I saw them. They were wearing white hat or pink hats.
Pink hats, yeah.
I mean, as soon as you said something,
you're famous now.
Yeah, as soon as you said something, I saw it, and it's like, guys, you're down in the front of the grandstands. You got people above you. You got kids around you. Mm-hmm. You don't need
people texting me complaining about it.
Yeah, you don't need to have that in that public area. There's a place for it. And yeah, I agree with you, Eric. People are lazy, but still, you're understanding. You got to know your surroundings.
Yeah. And people say, I get the smoking thing, but is vape secondhand even harmful? It doesn't really smell. I don't know. It's just a rule's a rule.
Well, that's just it. A law is a law. You can't vape under 18 either. So
right.
it's just, you can't go through life saying, is it that really that bad? It doesn't matter. It's a rule.
Right.
Unfortunately, we got to follow it. So not a big ordeal. Just walk 15 seconds down.
Right.
And when you go down there, check out the beer garden. Check out, Lori's Pit Stop Shirt Shop.
Yeah.
It's all down
and then
there.
you can vape and drink at the same time.
Yeah.
And everybody's
and
happy.
you can still hear us because there's stuff going on.
Yep. Vaping right next to the man bun section. Tommy Corcoran vaping right next to the man bun section.
I love
Tommy, we call that a douche knot.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, well, we're going to wrap it up here in a second.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I didn't think we'd get 45 plus minutes out of this show. I appreciate you coming in. I wasn't sure how it was going to go.
I think this is a lot more fun for us to talk like this sometimes, to not be favorites to our guests and just BS back and forth. It's a lot of fun. I got to ask you some questions too.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
So just to talk to you and figure out, because it's fun to find out who we are, and then people will understand us a little bit better.
Sure. Vaping, you have to be 21 now. And thank
that
you,
is, yeah.
Heather. Yeah. And no, I'm not going to Fargo tonight. I don't think you are.
No, I can't. I have to mow a yard that's been neglected.
Oh, man. And Tim, thanks for getting a hold of us here and watching the show. Ice Racer. Those guys are great guys.
Yeah, Timmy.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to let you get out of here.
Okay, buddy. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And we will see you at the racetrack tomorrow night.
I'll be there tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
All right. There you go. Thank you to Chad Hoff for coming in today. And again, sorry we didn't get the World of Outlaw guys in here, but that's the way it goes sometimes. We do want to give a shout out, though, to Rumor Sports Bar Casino, BT, and the whole gang over there. They do such a great job. If you're into sports, it's the place to be. I keep forgetting to hit that camera. Wall-to-wall TVs, I tell you what, you want to go watch the NHL draft, you can do that. You want to go watch the Twins get their ass handed to them again, you can go watch the Twins play. They are off tonight, though, but they'll be playing again tomorrow. Great food. In fact, their Thursday special at Rumors from 5 to 11 today, sandwich and a side for just $7. Do that. Do a little gambling, bet on the horses, play some bingo. All at Rumor Sports Bar and Casino. Don't forget, next week, Forks Karting Association raffle will be here live on Dirty Thursday. Have yourself a great rest of your day, all right? Now, the Forks Sports Highway Show is on at 6:30 tonight. It is an incredibly awesome show. Make sure you catch Bill and Monty and the whole crew over there. And make sure to like, share, tag, and follow us, too. Hit that notification bell on your smartphone. Never going to miss a show that way. Grand Cities are awesome. Grand Forks' best source is giving them an identity again.